Well, it's the sweetest time of the year. New York State's Maple Weekend continues today and tomorrow, and SUNY ESF is getting in on the action. They're hosting their own Maple Weekend event at Heiberg Memorial Forest in Tully, where they're offering syrup tasting and tours where they'll show you how to make maple syrup.
So the most common misconception about maple syrup is that it actually comes out of the maple tree as maple syrup, and that's not quite right. So it comes out of the tree as sap, and it actually only has about a 2% sugar content when it comes out of the tree. And so the whole process in the sugar house is about removing water and adding heat. And once you add the heat, that's when those sugars inside the sap start to caramelize.
ESF Maple Weekend continues tomorrow. You are encouraged to bring jars to fill with fresh maple syrup for purchase, and a portion of those syrup sales goes towards student scholarships. And this year, the sugar season got off to an early start. News Channel 9's Adrian Smith takes us to the sugar bush at the Beaver Lake Nature Center in Baldwinsville to see how the sap is flowing there.
A short walk down Beaver Lake's Woodland Trail, you'll eventually find yourself in the middle of the park's sugar bush.
The sugar bush is just an area full of maple trees, which we tap. The one right behind us is a sugar maple tree, so we tap a few of the trees, and then on Saturdays we have people come down here for tours.
Marissa Lathrop is one of the naturalists who boils it all down for visitors. Through the self-paced tour, folks first learn about the heritage of maple sugaring.
Back then, when the indigenous people were here, it kind of starts all the way back then when they first discovered that the sweet sap in the sugar maple trees you can kind of produce into syrup. And it was a really good thing to trade with, and then eventually kind of turned into the production it is now.
After learning the history, a deeper dive into the science behind the sap.
The reason why we use the sap instead of other tree sap is because it has the most sugar content in its sap. So it's about 2% sugar and 98% water.
Next, visitors see how the syrup is collected.
This is a really unique thing to this area, so you can't go to many places and actually visit a working sugar bush, and it's nice and local.
This is Station 5, the final station of the demonstration. This is where all the sap is boiled down in this big evaporator here, and this tends to be people's favorite spot, only because they get to take part in the syrup challenge and try some of Beaver Lake's maple syrup themselves.
Being able to taste that homemade syrup, but then also come and see the big production that comes behind it, it just puts a little bit more appreciation into the food that you're buying.
Because seeing it from beginning to end makes it that much sweeter. In Baldwinsville, Adrian Smith, News Channel 9.
Adrian, thank you. And today was the final Sugar Bush tour, but the Beaver Lodge gift shop is stocked with maple products for purchase. And all those proceeds benefit the Friends of Beaver Lake, a nonprofit supporting the Nature Center's mission.